Good morning, guys.
Sorry,
Good
I
morning.
couldn't hear anything back there.
It's a tricky spot because it's cold back there and it feels like a void here. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good morning.
It's the morning.
So I have to know, this show is a touchstone for so many generations, but it's so nostalgia-driven in such a loving way. What were you guys into growing up that you think will be the future nostalgia of today?
That's a good question. Oh man, this is great, because we were just now figuring I was going to say, you're having fun there.
There's a lot of foot thing happening.
Do you do the double bunny ear?
I do
Low-end
the
technique?
I do the whatever my mom taught me.
Sure. I found out recently that I thought that I was just really not coordinated at all when I was tying my shoes, but apparently lefties can't tie their shoes with like the loop around a tree. Is any lefty here like? And so like I'm all freaks. We're all freaks. That's like I'm like I can only do the bunny ears, and they're like.
So the question was.
The question, yeah. The question.
I'm okay with shoe talk.
Yeah.
Is there a different system for lefties? I'm now like, screw
Yeah, there is. This is the double bunny ear, and that's like what I've always done. But I don't knock. I'm not crazy. As you can see.
Man.
Okay, so the future nostalgia.
You're really good. Good quality content.
Is there anything you guys think in the future will be the nostalgia from today that you loved growing up?
Yeah, I don't know. I would think so, right?
I think so for sure. I feel like there's going to be more movies about like the Wii craze. For sure.
Yeah.
Right? Are you
The Wii.
remember how insane that was? I remember I got mine when I was probably, what, 5 years old? When did it come out? 2007? Was it 2007 that we came out?
There also hasn't.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old.
Bieber Fever also.
Fever was
Like 2008, 2009, I feel like my entire class was like obsessed.
I remember that. When I was 13, I had my first love.
I want like a Pokemon Go. Like, Pokemon Go is such a movement.
Yeah, there's a bunch of quality stuff. That's the thing, is that like everything, there's always good new stuff coming out that's gonna end up feeling nostalgic. I feel like I'm just now learning that like my parents were just like nostalgia driven. Like when they were like, no, but this is a better video game. I'm like, it's objectively not. Like it's fun. I love stuff like that. I love Pac-Man, I love Galaga, but you can't look at what we have now and then objectively say that like those were better. They're like not. Are you kidding? I love them, but yeah, that's it.
We've been scrolling sideways for 20 minutes.
Maybe TikTok will be like a new MySpace.
The new, oh my gosh, that would be great. Unless it really stands the test of time. Unless it just soars, then that's our future. It's like
Vision Pro stuff.
Have
You seen that? The Vision Pro stuff? People just walking around like in their
It freaks me out.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I'm gonna start doing that at cons, just like people walk up to get an autograph from me and I'm like, hey, and I'm just watching something. Apple Vision Pro.
No, on the flip side, is there anything from the 80s and early 90s that you guys have picked up that you love? Like, do you have new favorite songs and movies that you discovered through working in the show?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, I got back into like my brother and I sort of like, as nerdy as it is, like collecting sort of like VHS tapes and stuff again.
Collecting?
Yeah, not like, it's not sort of. I grew up on VHS as well, but like we like quickly sort of like went to DVD, and then we were like, there's something really nice about getting just a good quality.
Oh God, I was so happy the day that I got DVDs
Oh,
because I
DVDs
didn't
are
have to sit and wait for it to rewind anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
That was the best.
I think I have vague memories of just playing with the squeaky VH, like the boxes, like these plastic boxes, and just like messing with those. And when I was growing up, when I was teething, I would chew on DVDs and on the cases for VH. So my mom had to get rid of all that stuff and like hide the DVDs. And I remember, this is gonna make me seem really young to some folks, but old to others. Who are younger, I was teething on a DVD copy of the Willy Wonka reboot with Johnny Depp. Which is awesome, by the way. So I know it gets underrated reboot. So good. But I remember like my brother was freaking out because it wasn't working. And he was like, what? Freaking, like having a panic attack. And then there I was, just not. And also, because of my condition, I was teething very late. So
that sounds like a scene from a future nostalgia. Yeah. Chewing on a specific reboot of a specific timed movie.
Yeah.
Now this show is so connected to so many people and to you guys. You have such pulse, like there's a real friendship and it's really beautiful, driven by a show that's so traumatic but friend-driven. What do you think connects people so deeply to the show? What do you think connects you guys so deeply to each other?
That's a very nice question.
Well, it's all about like, I think the whole show is all about like friendship. It's all centered around like love and friendship and all these things, and having a collective sort of, you know, passion for things and nerdy things. And I think a lot of people kind of see themselves in it because it reminds them of their childhood, of their friend group, or stuff that they're into. I mean, sort of, I guess overall kind of like acceptance of each other, I think is like really nice. So I think a lot of people maybe see themselves in that. I don't know, but it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot of weird, different things that draw people to it.
What was it like joining this cast since they're so like tight-knit?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of answers your question a bit because I was only in it for a hot second, and usually when you come onto a show a few seasons in, everyone has a distaste for each other. But when I came onto your guys' set, everyone was so friendly, and I could see that it was like a family. And you were so nice and open to me just joining for a minute. It was really nice.
It was a pretty great minute too. Like
Yeah, it's weird because I hate Gaten so much.
You guys think it's so good in front of me.
Now, do you guys gather like a lot of us do for watch parties to watch things as they come out? Do you celebrate like releases? And because it's such a different show, I imagine, with the special effects done, like on the day versus like, whoa, this is terrifying in a new way. Do you guys have like watch parties together?
Together?
I've never had. Do you have your friends and like, do you guys talk about it after the episode?
Yeah, we talk about it.
I watched all the season 4 like when we got the screeners. I just like, I don't know, I didn't want to be around like a group of people because like every time I like watch things that I'm in, I'm always like cringing, and I'd rather just do that by myself. But like I'd like watch it on my phone, like under the blanket. Like I remember I watched it like because I was traveling for work for something, and I was like in a hotel, and I was under like the hotel blanket with my phone right there, and I was just crying, and I was just like, it was the last episode.
Netflix. The best thing to watch when you're traveling in a hotel, crying under a bed. It's a great sell.
Yeah, it was a great, it's good. I know we've all done it. I know you have. So you're gonna have to go on, you can see it. Yeah,
We're just always crying.
yeah, it's like so close. I'm like, I wonder why I need glasses now.
How'd you watch Oppenheimer?
This is cinema, right? Yeah. Now the show's also full of so much nightmare fuel that feels so critically driven. Like the Demogorgons are such like an abstract, made to life. When you were first reading the scripts and you had those character designs and the creature designs, how did they compare in your mind to when you saw them fleshed out?
I remember.
Yeah, different. I remember I was really excited, specifically also with Grace's scene where she's like stretched out and all that stuff. I was really excited for that specifically, and
I was like, they're going for it? Well, like, oh, they're going for it.
yeah,
Holy.
I was excited to see that. I mean, it's always, I feel like I try to keep it vague in my head so that I'm really surprised when I see it for the first time. And like Vecna, you know, we didn't have any scenes with Vecna.
The only time I saw Jamie in full Vecna gear was I was getting ready for a 3D scan, and like he was like outside, like in a chair, fully dressed, like in it. Like it takes like hours and hours. I think he's in the chair for like 7 hours before he can actually start working. And I walked in, I hadn't seen him, and I was just like, "Hey man, how you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Good to see you." It's so bizarre. This job is so weird. It's so funny. He's on like a Starbucks cup in his hand. It was awesome.
Yeah, behind the scenes must be such a vibe because it's so scary to us and everyone's like bloody and massive.
Yeah. The weirdest thing is that it's normal. You know what I mean? We're looking at the crazy stuff in the world on like the most bizarre workplace ever, and it really is just Wednesday. And that's kind of the crazy.
Yeah. No, it is really funny, just like showing up and just seeing, Jamie in full Vecna uniform, like trying to get a sandwich in his mouth. And you're like, fuck, what are we doing? Our lives.
I hope this works. Also, because you don't know, like, if you're gonna like the season at that point. You're always curious, and like, hope this pays off.
Hey, Jamie, have fun doing 8 hours of makeup. Let's see if people like this.
Like 6 months from now, this
Yeah,
will
exactly.
totally pay off.
Yeah.
No, it's had so many incredible, talented filmmakers contribute to it. And Grace, I know you do a ton creatively, including directing now. Did you learn anything from like the Duffer Brothers or Sean Levy or any? Did you take any directing advice from anyone that came on set?
I mean, every time I was on set, the Duffers would talk about old movies, and so, but I had seen a lot of them, so it was enlightening to hear them talk about what they pull from different things, and knowing that it's okay to kind of pull from what you're inspired by. So, I don't know. I answered your question.
No, that totally does. I think it's important to like pay homage and to experience things, and I think this show shows how much we love to celebrate things in new ways. I think it's like essential for culture, giving culture.
And they're like the ultimate nerds. Like that's kind of like what just drives them through a day to day. Like we'll just be filming, and they're like a fun little game they play is like finding the best like piece of the soundtrack that goes to like get the feel of what we're doing in any given scene. He's like, can you guess what soundtrack this is? Like as we're getting reps for like a really emotional scene, I'm like, I don't know, man. And he's like, it's Thin Red Line. I'm like, that's rad. That's cool.
So
I remember we were in like the van, like getting ready for the big upside down battle in season 4, and that was the soundtrack they used. And we were like all like getting ready and like shaking and like trying to get into it, being dumb actors, and we're like, did you know this is Thin Red Line? I'm like, yeah, I think everybody gets this is Thin Red Line. That's awesome.
it's amazing. Yeah.
It's so nerdy. I love that you're excited to share that
I
with
also
us.
love that's like you guys are getting like into the zone and they're like top 10. Like they just like try to give you a quiz on all these things. Yeah.
Like, can we do this at lunch?
Yeah.
Now, Gaten, I saw you in Into the Woods at the Hollywood Bowl. I went and saw the show and I was so impressed, man. It was really good work, and I'm wondering what you want to do next. Do you want to do musicals? Do you have any drive for more stage work? 'Cause that was a really good show.
Thank you so much. I had so much fun over there. I kind of just, that was like 2 weeks of just observing. I was kind of just sitting in the corner like, I don't know how I got in this room, but the fact that I'm here is incredible. That was just wonderful. I love the stage. That's where I started. It's where I'd love to do a big bulk of my work going forward. But you know, I mean, we've got like a good amount of time on lock for season 5 at the moment, so I think it's good to focus on that. I'd love to do more on screen as well. I think my thing is I just want to do things that I'm bad at, because the only way you're going to be able to be good at it is to do them. And that's kind of like, frankly, quite terrifying. And you're going to do things that just don't land. You're going to do things where you're like, I guess I wasn't necessarily as equipped as I could have been. But that's how you learn and that's how you do it. And yeah, I'm excited to do things that, frankly, scare the shit out of me. Like, that's kind of the goal.
Love that, man. You've done so much incredible genre content. You've done a lot of great horror work. You've done a lot of great stuff that's in this space, but branching out to other spaces. Like, for example, your guy with Dien, like Muschietti's over at DC now, or supposedly maybe. I don't know how inked that is, but is there anything in another genre that's like big in the concert or big other genre content that interests you?
Yeah, no, I've been really lucky to be a part of like a lot of great genre stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested in doing some comedy and very weird movies I'd like to do.
Like, what's weird?
Yeah, I want to do something really weird.
I got one more question, but while I'm asking if you guys have fan questions, there's 2 microphones here and here. Look at the speed. I was like, I live up to praise for this. That was so impressive.
Fight! Yes! Yeah!
Okay. From this sheer number alone, we're going to speed around those questions, so I want you to do me a favor. In your mind, think of how to make it one sentence. Because this is incredible. And so my last question for you guys, and it's kind of a 2-parter with Grace going to these guys. One, you watching the earlier seasons, what's that nostalgia like now that you've been part of it? And for you guys, when you rewatch the earlier stuff since you were younger, is it more of your own memory of set, or is it like I'm able to separate my journey and watch the show? So I want to start with Grace as a viewer, and then you guys as like, I was a kid then.
I mean, it was one of the coolest shows I'd seen, so when I got to be part of it, I didn't wouldn't let myself celebrate until it was already released and I saw that my scenes weren't cut. I was like, I'm not going to believe this is real until it's out there.
It's not real till you see it. I love that. That's true.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really watch much. My mom does, and so sometimes like when I go over to see my mom, like she'll have it on quite a lot. So that's the only time I ever really see it. And I think it's weird because like there's so much of that season that you just kind of let fly by. Because when you're that young, like of course like for most people going into that situation, that's like what they've been like gunning for so long. It's like something they know not to take for granted. But when you're 12, 13, it's like, man, this is fun. And so like you normalize it so quickly that it just becomes like just every day for you. And then I'll like just realize how much it's just like buried back there. You'll notice, you'll watch like different scenes and like, oh great, I remember that whole day.
Yeah.
Just that was somewhere deep in memory. And it's really cool that you have an opportunity to like have that much documentation of yourself at such a young age, because not a lot of people get that. A lot of people have like pictures and like home videos, but there's like so much of our childhoods that like, of course there's something a little uncomfortable about like anybody being able to go and watch that, but like it is quite a blessing to have the opportunity to remember better than I think most get to, which is cool.
Love that. It's really profound. I love the idea that you've got immortalized moments for your own journey to look back on.
Back on.
I mean, yeah, I'd say. I think.
You said it well. I'm gonna take that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we're gonna go with this side first because you promised you would praise her shortly.
Hey guys, so when Stranger Things initially came out, I was like in my sophomore year of high school, and I told everybody that this has a real Goonies vibe to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Your chemistry and everything like that. So, Dustin, Gaten, you're my absolute favorite character.
Oh, thanks, dude.
I see you as a mix of Chunk. Sorry, Finn. Hey, you're up there too, my friend. You guys are all.
No, don't worry about it.
So, Gaten, I see you as a mix of Chunk and Data, like a perfect harmony between
For real?
the two.
But I also think he's mean though. Like I think he's like Mouth too. I think he's a good weird mix of like if anybody I think is like a more of a Goonies character, I feel like he does it too. Because like he's also a bit of an asshole.
Well, in the convenient time, you save the world with you and Susie working together,
Yes,
you know, and just that perfect, like, line-up moment.
It's fun to film. It's fun. It was really fun to film.
So my question for you guys is, if, you know, you can take it from any kind of 80s or any kind of thing that you're into, what character would you say best matches your character? What kind of vibe did you get into when you were going with your character?
Cool question.
Yeah, no, I think like Mikey from the Goonies was like a huge inspiration for the character, for the writing of the character, and yeah, I mean, it was really cool also having Sean Astin be a part of it because it was kind of like a full circle moment. So that character, and then like I remember talking about like you know, there's like Hopper's character is based on like Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws, and so yeah, I mean, everyone sort of has like a kind of characters that they were like taken from, but there's like a bit of a lot of characters in all of them.
Something I noticed is that not necessarily just like specific characters, but I noticed like certain characters, like with like other characters in like other media, like resembling who you're playing. But I noticed like arcs of different movies and genres that are emulated in specific characters. Like I noticed like just a general vibe and overlap of Stand By Me with you specifically, that like really drives your character forward, and that journey that they go through kind of feels like it's quite grounded. And so is your work and what you do. It's very incredible. It keeps like a show that's like that can be up in the clouds at times. It keeps it down to earth, and like you really are like such an anchor to it, and it's really fun to watch and observe. But like I've always noticed like the Stand By Me thing, especially in the first season with your stuff, and I think that's great. And I noticed that with other characters too. Like I feel very Goonies oriented with Dustin, and I think like of course with Elle there's like overlaps with like Firestarter and all that cool stuff. And, yeah.
Do you have an archetypal character?
It's a great question, but I have no idea who Chrissy would be in the 80s.
So I guess there's like your sort of storyline is very Nightmare on Elm Street, like big.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
For sure.
That's the storyline, yeah.
All right, over here. Thank you.
What's up, guys? Hi. I was gonna ask, hypothetically,
if you yourselves were like to go 1v1 with a Demogorgon, what weapon, like in all of fiction, would you guys use to take it on?
Whoa. I think in general, like, there are a lot of pretty rad options out there,
Yeah.
for sure. Like, I feel like a lightsaber would probably be... Your aim better be good. Like swing a miss, like,
Like a real weapon or like a...
It literally, you can have like a hand grenade, or you can have like the Infinity Gauntlet.
I was gonna say the Infinity Gauntlet, but also I don't want to, like, die.
Yeah, overkill, yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet is insane because...
You would snap your fry.
Yeah,
I don't know, that would leave that.
Fry everyone. Thanos snap in Stranger Things. Yeah, I don't know. Something with fire, probably. Something to do with fire.
For
Like
sure.
a flamethrower.
Flamethrower.
I think I'd go chainsaw.
Chainsaw would be good.
You get those at Home Depot. Like, I want, like, Mjolnir, like, Excalibur.
I feel like you don't need good aim with a
Yeah, I agree.
Like I kind of just have to stand there and go in circles.
Well, you,
Okay, what's a creative?
The process.
what's wrong with the lightsaber?
How about Anaconda from the movie?
From the movie, Anaconda.
Big old snake to take on a Demogorgon.
Snake.
That movie is, like,
It was amazing.
so good.
Yeah.
There's not a flaw in that movie.
Ice Cube. Is Ice Cube in that movie?
Well, thank you.
Great question.
Thank
the most
you.
video gaming question I've heard in a long time. Fantastic. Right here.
Hi, I think I'm Tona. Am I Tona?
Neither am I.
I just wanted to say that I love Sweeney Todd. And my question is, how did you get into acting, and what's your favorite thing that you've ever acted? All three of you.
My dad's an actor, and Stranger Things is my favorite thing that I've been in.
My sister was acting, and I wanted to be like my big sister. And, I don't say that because she's here. She's not gonna wave. She's like, okay. My favorite
Stand up and take it back.
My favorite thing I've ever done is Stranger Things. I mean, it's like, I feel like it would be disrespectful to say anything else. It's just like, it's home, and it's the thing that's just defined our careers so far, and will very likely define our careers for the rest of our lives, which is a real blessing.
Yeah, very similar. I got into acting as my older brother, so it was all. But yeah, he was into theater and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as well, Stranger Things, because I can feel a red dot right now on my chest.
We're in the upside down if you answered it correctly. Right here. Thank you.
It is really awesome to have y'all have Megacon, and my question is for Finn. I just love you being in, I just like you being in horror movies, and I hope to see you do some more. But my question is for you, which part do you like playing more? The It movies, or Stranger Things, or Ghostbusters?
Say, you have a friggin' lineup. You've got like, it's a nerd's like wet dream of a lineup right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's how I like my career to be described. Nerds wet dream. I don't know. I think there's something inherently very special about Stranger Things. 'Cause it's the thing that, like started all of our careers and love for just our jobs and film in general. And so I mean, Stranger Things. I mean, I'm really proud of it as well.
It's very good.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. And Ghostbusters as well. I really like. So I mean, I just said all three of them because again. 3 dots. New Line, Sony, Netflix, they're all out there.
And you always have the best quote in the first It movie, "Welcome to the Losers Club."
Yeah, thank you. I'm proud of that, yeah.
You answering all three is why you've got a career. You know how to
They're looking.
Aren't they wonderful companies?
So we've got about 4 minutes left, so I'm going to try for 2 to 3 more as quick as we can. We're going to go right here.
Wow, okay. My question is, if you were to like change a piece of the plot or like a character or something about Stranger Things, what would you change and why?
That was something. What? Guys, chill out. I don't know. This is really messed up. But like, we should kill more people. I want it to not feel safe. I want the stakes to be up. I want people to think any of these kids could kick it at any moment. And I'm not kidding. It would make it so great if you like just kill a few of them. Like before, not now.
Episode 6, season 1, Mike is dangling off a cliff. Only orders him off the cliff. He jumps. End episode. Episode 7 opens. Funeral. Mike
Let's get it done quick. I'm just saying. No, but I think, like, honestly, like, I think what makes it so special is that it's really messed up, but what makes it really great is when really likable people that you end up growing really fond of and you want to see grow, like, sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's what breaks your heart, and that's what keeps you watching, and keeps you invested. And so, like, I think it's important. Like, I think there's so many shows where, like, there's situations of, like, people, like, almost dying, or dying and coming back, and then it's just like, where are the stakes here now? Because anything can happen to anybody, and I just don't really believe that anything bad's gonna happen at this point. And I'm glad that we don't do that.
So that's going to have to actually be our last answer, which I think is hilarious because we just killed everybody in a very short show.
That's right.
Kill everyone.
Kill everyone.
Andy got the downest of notes, but if you guys were in line, please do come up because I'm going to take the group shots. That'll be my apology as you guys are in the front, so please, if you guys have really quick questions.
I won't go on a tangent.
I just broke every rule.
I promise.
Okay.
Hi, Finn, Dien, Grace. It's so nice for you to be here. Thank you so much for being here. My question is, legally, what are you allowed to tell us about Stranger Things 5?
That we're making it. It's happening.
It's happening, and
Oh, we can say.
what?
We can tell them.
We're gonna leave it, I think.
No, we're gonna leave.
Yeah, we're not.